Hey guys, welcome to another video. Marvel Contest of Champions. This is a really special war. It was so close. And big shout out to the guys who we are up against, ISO 8 Alpha. So I was going through path 7 at first and I will switch off to path 6. So hope you guys enjoy the video. Like it, share it. If you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Really helps me out a lot. Get down in the discussion. What would you have done differently, or what other champs you would have gone on the same path against the same opponents? Would love to hear it from you. So the first fight was against Spidey on a limbo node and on an immunity node. So this was quite a fun fight. I thought I would just L1 and L2 him, but then I realized he has his AI up and I cannot use parry for long because of his limbo. So this is actually a really fun fight, and I really slowed it down and just went with the hits, because I thought if I went with a special I will miss it because of his AI evade and then he will come back and hit me. So you will see that I'm playing this fight very cautiously. Yeah, so again I'm just trying to bait his L1 here. As soon as he goes back I go in with the hits, and I'm really slowing down my hits here so he doesn't evade and come back and hit me. So the best way you could do is like with 4-hit combos, go with 4-hit combos, get back, and yep, there again beating his heavy out. And yep, he's got a lot of stacks right now of lower and also physical resistance, but I just can't go in. So I thought, okay, let's just try to get this fight over with. Again, waiting his L1, taking into 1 bar of power. We'll go again for an L1 bait. Although in tier 2 all of these initial fights are like diversity fights, but after fighting the Stark Spidey I really like the placement here on this node. So yeah, hats off to whoever placed him here. It might get a little tricky. It doesn't look like, but I was like super careful when I was fighting him. So yeah, so it will just die in a moment. Although I could have waited for the node to go down, but I just wanted to use up my energy and get some sleep. So that's probably, I just made it harder for myself. But yeah, if the node was down, it would have been a faster fight. But it was a fun fight actually. Next up, we move to a fight against Jane Foster. And this is a cornered node and also start SP1 power 1 node. So you just need to be careful that you don't stack poisons in the beginning, because if you stack poison and you hit her, and with the MD, with you swiping back, she might get to L3. So the best way is to just play a bit easier till you get to your L2. Then once you have the L2 on him, then you can go ham and even put poison charges. So just there you see I got lucky and I got two debuffs of power leak. I never get two, always get one somehow. So yeah, and now I applied venom charges on her, and then it's just a simple fight, just hitting her and just killing her off. Again, this was just a diversity fight. The real fun starts after you clear the first section. You go into the second section, that is where the fun really starts. Old Man Logan was next up, and he's a pretty fast fight when you have especially Dr. Voodoo, because as soon as he gets all of these charges up for Fury and crit rate, you can just use your L1 with even combo and all those poison stacks plus your MD, you get your power and he gets a lot of poison, and it's a really fast fight. I think it took me barely like 30 seconds, and there goes Old Man Logan. So that was the last fight in section 1, so all the diversity fights are out of the way. Now the really challenging nodes, they come in. So next up is Power Gain and Mystic Ward and Power Start 1. Usually there is someone like a Spidey or like a Cosmic Spidey, or someone who has a really hideous L1 is there. But we had a 5-star MoonKnight, so he could be tricky during his moon phase, when like during the full moon phase when he evades a lot and also he stuns a lot. But if not, then it's a pretty simple fight. You just build up your charges, your lower charges, and then I could have went for the poison, but I don't know, I just have a habit to always use L2, get the power control in. I'm a big fan of power control champions, so You will see my team is all about power, control, vision, magic and voodoo, because I believe in these wars, if you can control the power of your opponents, you can easily get them down. Although I'd love to have a blade, I'd love to have a Stark Spidey, but I would not trade in my voodoo or magic at all. So yeah, just here dropping in L3 because I got a lot of power, and that will place another leak on him. So pretty quick fight again. It was just a lot of HP that I had to drop. And then yeah, with the power drain you put extra damage and MoonKnight is dead. So the next node is like the toughest node for this part. It's a power shield node with an unblockable L2. So this time around I had to face Iceman, so I think it was a pretty easy fight with the magic. So I used a boost like L1 power boost, so I started the fight with 1 bar of power. So all you need to do is to just be careful with his L1s and L2s, and as soon as you get an L2 you power lock him, and that's like pretty much the end of the fight for Iceman. But on the other hand, if you have a Morningstar on this node, she's really annoying because she will give you bleeds whenever you hit her, and the only option really that you have to go against with her is a vision. And you might have to power boost also, and you might have to also put in some invulnerability boost, because with MD and with L2 unblockable, she gets a lot of power. So you can't power lock her, but with vision you can control. You can just spam your L2 and hope she does not throw an L2 on you. But a Morningstar is a really difficult fight on this node. Next up we have a 5-star Mordo. And I thought this was going to be a Morningstar, but so I went in Vision, but then again Vision is also good against this. So it's an inflict poison node, so you have the immunities and you have the power control. So yeah, you just need to be wary of his L1, and his L2 is unblockable, which is slightly easy to evade. So yeah, I do die once, you will see what happens. I just got parried once, and then I don't know, I tried to swipe back but it didn't register and he just came and killed me. So I shouldn't have died. This was like a really poorly played fight for me, but then the whole Python only died once, so I think that is acceptable. So also the next fight I wasn't able to record. That was against a mini Punisher 2099, and that was on a kinetic reactor node. So if you have not played against a kinetic reactor node Punisher 2099, as soon as he uses L1 he gets another L1. So I went in the same fight with magic, used the SP1 boost, and then just tried to hit him and also tried to bait his L1s out until I got my L2 and power lock on him, and after that was a really easy fight. The only thing you need to care about against the middle mini is that it also drains your power after a certain amount of time, like Plague Mind. So if you keep that in mind and keep a closer look on it, it's a very simple fight, and I one-shot Punisher 2099 as well. So yeah. So here, as you see, I went in with Voodoo because the initial region was enough to get through the poison damage, and I bring Mordo down here. And that would be the last fight on this video, guys. I'm really annoyed that I couldn't record the fight on the mini-boss, but this was a really closely fought war, and it ended up on a tie. That was like really amazing. So again, big shout out to the guys who were playing with us. You will just see the results on the screen in a bit. So you will see that we both lost our points from the alliance rating. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like, share and subscribe. That really helps me out a lot. And other than that, guys, have a great day and I'll see you next time.